Alright, so if you could please introduce yourself, just to let people know who you are, basically.
My name is Michael Game. I am 39 years old and suffer from MS.
What area do you live in?
I live in Balnarring. I've got a wife and 2 young girls. My wife's a school teacher and my 2 girls go to Balnarring Primary School.
Oh, that's convenient. What's the name of your wife and kids?
My wife's name's Claire.
Claire?
My oldest daughter of 11 is Josie. My youngest daughter of 9 is Bianca.
Okay. So, do you have any careers at the moment? What's your job?
I currently work for Bunnings in Hastings. I work in the timber yard. I'm an ex-bricklayer by trade.
So, how'd you go by with that career? Like, are you good at your career? Do you enjoy it? Do you have any skills?
My skills are bricklaying.
Yep.
I have moved to Bunnings because of the MS. My body started to fail. So I had to go into a job where it was full-time, where I could be looked after.
Yeah. That's fair enough. So it's multiple sclerosis, correct?
That's right.
So, just to give a quick clarification, how does that work?
How does that work? It's my body's attacking my own myelin sheath, which is the covering of your nervous system.
Yeah.
It starts eating away at that, which then disrupts the signals from your nerves.
Yeah.
So from in your brain, it disrupts the nerve systems to your hands, to your legs, to all parts of the body.
Yeah. So we're going to move on to more general questions here.
Yep.
So, what do you think the public perception about MS is at the moment?
It's compassionate. There is compassion, but there's quite a slight understanding of the disease most people have.
Yeah, it's a rare disease, so not a lot of people are really familiar with what it is, basically, what it does.
Yeah, it's not as rare as you would think. There's about, I think it's 85,000 Australians have MS. So it's just the public perception, they don't know enough.
Yeah. We're going to the next question. What do you reckon would help people be more informed? Like, do we need more advertising, media, or is it just we need more community involvement in understanding this?
Probably need more communication on it.
Yeah.
It needs to be out there a bit more.
Fair enough. So, what are the realities of living with MS? How's it affected your daily life? Do you have to do things differently? Have you had to adapt, so to speak?
I've had to adapt a lot because the body doesn't work as well as it used to.
Yeah.
So day-to-day life is different. You have to adapt.
Yeah.
Like my leg doesn't work properly, my arm doesn't work properly.
Yeah.
So you have to adapt in ways of the way you can do things.
Yeah.
Like I can't go for a quick stroll down to the shop.
But you try to at least find something else that can,
Yeah, always,
fill that.
Always find something else.
Yeah.
Yes, always.
Fair enough. So, living with MS, obviously, I'd hate to be frank about it, but it's a life-threatening disease.
Yes.
So, obviously that has got you, thinking, asking questions about yourself and stuff, has that enlightened you in any way? Giving you a different outlook than you would have had beforehand?
Enlightened, I suppose you look at life differently.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people take for granted what they've got.
Yeah.
And you look around and you go, well, I've just got to live.
Yeah.
Got to live.
And that thing you take for granted, just that quick stroll, it's taken for granted for most people, but it's a very important thing.
It is. It is.
And it's important that you don't take that for granted, that you can just go for a quick stroll down the street and
Yeah.
So, the treatments for MS, obviously there's a lot of treatments and stuff, and some are very new, some are kind of tried and true and tested. There's been a lot of debate between most health professionals about what the best treatment is, and the problem with MS, since it's such a, it's not a rare disease, but it's obviously more complex than you would think. So what do you reckon there should be a balance between, say, a medical professional wants to do and what the patient reckons they would like to have done for them to better their care.
There definitely has to be more of a balance.
Yeah.
Because the doctors that tend to look after you are neurologists.
Yeah.
And they will only give you information on what's been done in Australia. Whether it's been tested and proved in Australia.
But it won't focus on the international, global...
No. Not when they're registered in Australia.
And there's no communication between Australian doctors and overseas doctors on those?
There would be.
Yeah.
But if it's not approved in Australia, the neurologist won't recommend it.
Yeah. Fair enough. So balance, has emotional care been taken into account for doctors as well?
They will look at it, but it's generally your own.
Yeah.
You look after it yourself.
Yeah.
The neurologists are more interested in what's happening in your body.
Okay.
Not the emotional side.
Okay. So, for those being recently diagnosed with MS, do you have any tips for them to help cope? Maybe help understand how their life will change and help them prepare for it?
First and foremost, you probably want to go through your stages of grief.
Yeah.
But you need to go through those.
You need to break it down. You can't just go in full. You need to take it stage by stage.
Stage by stage. Go through the stages of grief.
Yeah.
When you come to acceptance, you need to talk to people.
Yeah.
You have to talk. We'll talk all the way through it, but you need to talk.
You can't keep it to yourself. It's not something you can do alone.
No. And stay positive.
Yeah. And like you said, take nothing for granted. The fact that you can perhaps still, you may not have a quick stroll, but you can still walk, for example.
Yeah.
What are some good support groups for those suffering with MS? Are there support groups?
There is support groups. There's the MS Society.
Yeah.
They have people you can contact. They have counsellors. They have doctors.
Yeah.
They have a lot of people. A lot of my support has been through. It's a HSCT, which is the stem cell transplant that I'm going to have. It's a forum on Facebook.
Yeah.
Which.
And also that's another thing. Social media has now enabled people to just go out and find support they need. So people who suffer from MS, they don't have to feel like there's no support, that that no one will be able to understand, that they can go out and find these things basically.
There is support out there.
Yeah. Are there any misconceptions about MS? Have you found that people might have a different view of it than will be the accepted reality?
Only physically, really.
Yeah.
If I was to go out, a lot of people think that I'm drunk because of the way that I walk.
Oh, that's...
I've been refused entry to places because of the way I walk. I look drunk.
Yeah.
There's a lot of misconceptions, and a lot of people think that you can't do things.
Yeah.
That's frustrating.
That's frustrating because you're still... Because even though your body may be physically deteriorating, you're still the person that you were before.
Yeah, still the same person.
You still have all your skills, your traits, that makes you who you are as a person.
Yeah.
So you may also have no weaknesses, but you still have your same old strengths.
Exactly.
What's the good way to support MS through charitable methods? It's not something you can just, do per se a usual thing such as go around and sell chocolates. Obviously it requires something a bit more than that.
There is a lot of things run through the MS Society.
Yeah.
You have your standard MS readathon, that's been around for a long time.
What happens with that?
Children will get a list of books.
Yeah.
And someone will donate $2 per book that they read.
Yeah.
And then at the end, if they run 10 books, they get $20, which they donate to the MS Society.
Yeah.
There's also an MS run, MS bike riding. So there's a lot of different events that are held.
Do you reckon there is any events you'd like to see be done for MS?
I'm not going to think off the top of my head.
Yeah.
The run and the ride, and the walk is a good one.
Yeah.
Because even people with MS can.
Yeah, they can still
join in.
Yeah. How's securing work been given your condition? Has it been hard?
I've been really lucky.
Yeah.
When I was diagnosed with MS,
yeah,
I worked for another 2 years as a bricklayer, Then I thought, I've got a family.
Yeah.
If something happens to me, I need to be in a full-time position where I can be looked after. I approached BBC Hardware at the time, and they took me on without a problem. They knew of my condition.
Yeah.
Not long after that, Bunnings bought out BBC.
Okay.
They knew of my condition, and they accommodated me really well.
So basically, there's been no problems in people, your employers understanding your position?
None that I've had. They've been supportive all the way through.
I reckon that's pretty good news.
Yeah.
So, what do you reckon is the best way that friends and families can support people who suffer from MS? Because obviously that's a huge part of people's support network will be their friends and family.
The best way is to not treat them any differently to the way you treated them before.
Yeah.
Because I had 25 years of life before I was diagnosed with MS. So why change treating me the same way?
Yeah. Valid point. The future's constantly changing with technology advancements. Things that we would have thought possible 10 years ago are now possible now.
Yep.
And times get shorter between each advancement and new technology. What do you reckon should be the best course for research and development of care and help for MS? What do you reckon people in the medical community and in the local community should focus on?
The person suffering from MS needs to do research of their own.
Yeah.
They need to query their doctors.
Yeah.
Our doctors need to look outside the Australian boundaries.
Yeah.
They need to look further.
There needs to be more global cooperations instead of just seeing this as they do this in Australia and they do this over here. They're not related, even though it's the exact same disease.
Exactly. It's the exact same disease. We need to look further than our boundaries.
Yeah. Despite MS, you have managed to have successful jobs and managed to help a family of your own. How has your past accomplishments helped you in the present, and how do you reflect upon them?
My past accomplishments would be that I was self-driven, I was self-employed.
Yeah.
I wanted a family, and I never wanted to let my family down.
Yeah.
That's why I still work full-time. Reflecting on it, I can't find a reflection on that other than the fact that my family's the choice that I made.
It's more of the reflection I reckon for you will be more that you are able, this is your accomplishment, it's still going on, it's not something in the past, it's in the present very much so.
Yeah, and there's a lot in the future to look forward to as well.
Yeah. And on to the future, what does the future hold for you? What would you like to do, any future career work? What would you like to do in the future for your family, for yourself? Okay. What would you like to accomplish next?
Alright, now, accomplishing next. In exactly, what's the date today? Today is the 2nd.
Yes.
On the 25th of this month, I fly out to Russia.
Russia.
Where I am having treatment called HSCT, which is a stem cell transplant.
Yeah.
If this treatment is successful, I would like to, it will stop my MS.
Yeah.
And I will be able to have a family life again. Probably get to be a dad again, be a husband again.
Yeah.
Be able to play with my children.
Yeah.
If it's all well, I should retain a lot of function back to my body.
Yeah.
So I can go back to playing sport.
That's a pretty good breakthrough, actually.
Yeah. So I have a lot riding on this.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I've got to look forward to.
Would you like to do anything else? Like, I realise that you have a, bad condition and stuff, but is there anything else you'd like to accomplish next beyond just surviving?
Beyond just, I'd like to help people the way they've helped me.
That's a pretty good worthy cause.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to give back.
Yeah.
So that's probably my main aim. But to be a dad again, that's what I want.
Yeah. Just be able to, be the person to help people like people who have helped you.
Yeah, or people who haven't helped me that I've never met.
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to help them. So I've seen the support in the community now.
Yeah.
If I can give it back, I will.
Alright. Well, thank you for your time, Michael.
Not a problem at all. Thank you for your time. Hopefully the awareness gets through a little bit. Hopefully I've done okay for you.
I think you've done more than enough.
Okay.
Do you have anything else you'd like to add before we finish?
I'd just like to let people know that MS is not as uncommon as they may think. In my standard house block, I know of 3 people that have MS. The council actually holds MS classes in gym work down at Pelican Park and in Rosebud. So the structures have been set for people there.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do is to keep your sense of humour, have a great group of friends and family for support.
That's the best way to...
It's the best way to deal with it and to live.
Yeah.
You've got to have good friendships, good family.
Yeah.
And sense of humour. Always have a laugh.
True.